professional development hour. This is a professional development hour that was designated by the uh, PUS2 leadership to make sure that it gives us an opportunity as science teachers to always share, to have a platform where we can share ideas, get new information, and improve on our professionalism. So, as you are aware, we have this ProDev hour every Thursday from 8 to 9. It's normally 1 hour, but a very fruitful one. We share different topics, and at the moment, like today, we are privileged to host uh, one experienced speaker, Madame Victoria Adong. She's going to help us to see how we can build. I mean, how we can help our learners to remember what they are being taught. In other words, in building emotional intelligence and so on. So, Madam Victoria, you are very much welcome. My name is Katen Ramadan, the moderator for today, and I'm the national coordinator for Central Region when it comes to the Opusto leadership. You are most welcome. Please feel free to share with us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Katende. First of all,
Yes.
allow me to apologize to members for being late. I had some issues that held me up as a mother of the house, so I'm really, really sorry and I apologize for that. Yes, so thank you so much for this opportunity once again to share my experience as a mother with you people. I'm not a professional educator, but faith brought it my way that I I would become one and take interest in sharing what I have learned. So for today, I would like to share with you guys how to support the dyslexic learners, like last previously I had shared, and we looked at what was dyslexia and how it presents itself and all that. So today I want to share briefly on how to support their emotional intelligence and really how you teachers can help them remember what you teach them in class, because often time and again you all know that these children are not easy to teach. They don't even remember what you teach them and they're always lagging behind. So I want to start with a story of a little girl called Jane who dropped out of school. Jane was struggling emotionally because she feared even to approach her teachers. Her confidence dropped. Her her level of understanding faded because her emotions could not support her continue in class. So Jane opted to get married at an early age because both the parents didn't know why she was not doing well in school and why she didn't have the confidence to even concentrate in class. So this reality that happens in our community today, that there are so many school dropouts because a child is struggling with confidence, a child is struggling with uh, self awareness, a child is struggling with so many issues. So this brings me back because when you see the stories in the villages, both the teachers and parents, as the parents, we do not seem to understand what happened. So I am moving on from my story to the next slide because I'm a bit late. I don't want to. So, like I had said previously, dyslexia is just a learning differences affecting which affects reading, spelling, writing, memory, and really it's not laziness or low intelligence. Quite a number of times our children are labeled stupid and so many others. Many dyslexic children are actually creative, very intelligent and gifted. Just to go to the next slide, Mr. Moderator. Yes. So we want to look briefly what is emotional intelligence. The way we hear intellectuals say is this is the center that our children actually struggles with. Is the ability for one to understand, use, and manage themselves in a positive way, or to communicate effectively and empathize with others and overcome challenges to build healthy relationships. Quite a number of times, the dyslexic children struggles. They do not struggle, not only that because they are stupid, because they lack this support from the teachers. The teachers do not know, they are not aware of what these children are struggling with. They do not know how to regulate these children's behavior because many of them have different behaviors. Others tend to be very active, others tend to be very quiet, others they have different because they present differently according to the level of their dyslexic. So the teachers don't know how to even motivate them, how to empathize with them sometimes, how to socially make them connect with other kids so that they open up. A number of times they just stay by themselves, they withdraw. So how do these emotional issues present itself in these children who are dyslexic in our different classes? I will not go through all of them. I'm on the next slide, Mr. Moderator. Hello. Thank you. So as teachers, I would really request as a mother, let's keep an eye out on some of these issues indicated here. When a teacher sees a child isolating themselves, probably those who run to sit in a corner at a distance far away, they are trying to avoid you. It will tell you that child is actually having some issues of emotions that you need to support them on. Maybe a child losing interest in activities they used to enjoy and do very well. For instance, if a child was doing well, by the way, dyslexia is very interesting because sometimes as a child is young, because at nursery they tend to help them, they do more of drawing and very simple tasks, they really perform well. Their realities start hitting at around P4, P5. That is when you realize that this child is actually struggling because there is serious writing, there is serious reading and all that. So when you see this child beginning to drop, that is already a red sign for you. Then there are some who are extremely, they have tatams, they have persistent feelings of sadness, they are frustrated, they almost want to fight everyone in your class. In a small thing, the child is causing chaos. You need to really look at that child because a child is most likely having issues with emotions. Then there is usually an unusual fear and perceived fear. A child will just even fear to talk to you, the teacher, no matter how nice you are. When you try to come like this, they are running the other side, they are avoiding you. That child has issues with emotion. So those are some of the few signs that present itself in our learners in class. Let's proceed to the next slide. Thank you. So sorry, this is a bit quite small, but I believe we can see the key components of emotional intelligence. We had highlighted them the other side. So the concepts here: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, social skills. As teachers, understand the feelings, the strength, the weakness, and behaviors of your learners. A number of times we are overwhelmed because you have quite a number of students maybe in your class, and you cannot really give them all, but we request that please try to understand. If Mr. X is not behaving well, at your free time maybe you could walk back to the class and say, Mr. X, you come and we share my manders and we chat, and let them talk to you, and you begin to understand them, because these children actually spend more time with you, the teachers, in school. As the parents, they spend very little time with us. Actually 80% of their time is in your hands. School is like their home. So help the parents to understand their children. Okay. Then also control their emotion, help them. Maybe sometimes these ones who fight anyhow, yeah, they touch my paper, they do what, maybe help them. Share your stories. When I was growing up, maybe I would behave like this, I would do this. Okay. So also empathize with them. Some of these dyslexic children, you know, already they're beating themselves internally. Me, I'm not good enough. Me, I'm not doing well because they see their friends are striving. Just tell them, I understand you. Okay. We really care and we love you the way you are. But don't go into that extreme, because I talk out of experience, because we've had a number of mothers who come and say, my son came and told me this teacher even did this. So try and understand them and create an environment where the bullying is not there. There's kindness, there's everything that supports them. Okay. And can also try to help them to get that capability to be able to communicate with colleagues, to cooperate, and also be able of how to like sort issues around them. A number of times these children, they are not very good communicators. They are not very good people who cooperate. Number of times they fear to like join teamwork because they know they are not eloquent enough. They are not like speedy enough. So they fear that criticism from the team. So as a teacher, you can be able to come and help them, give them strategies. Maybe like, you know, maybe you could interject like this, you can talk like this, you can do like this to really bring them up. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. Yes. Um, a number of reasons why dyslexic children struggles. Okay. I will not go so much into it because last time we also did this. For those who are there, maybe we'll look at it briefly for those who weren't there. That fear of being embarrassed. If a teacher really asks you to even get up and read and you can't read, that emotion just kills you. You don't even want to, like, talk. Then criticism from others. Sometimes they are bullying. mm, there are those repeated failure that can reduce self-confidence and emotional well-being. Then, like I said, currently in Uganda, because the ratio of teachers to child in a class, especially in the government school, is still something that needs to be addressed. And I know that with time, government will address it. You find that the teacher has many children, and you have that limited capability to support each child. And sometimes some parents also, because they are paying school fees, they don't want to sit down and understand why this child is not performing well. So that child begins to struggle emotionally, internally. So these are some of the issues that make children struggle, especially this dyslexic one. I know there is also category of children who are autistic. I will not go into that line much because I, yes, have a interface with parents of autistic children, but I really don't have much experience hands on with them. So please, let's go to the next slide. Hello. Yes. How teachers can help these dyslexic children actually remember. Okay. You need to like create a emotionally safe environment. Mm. I know sometimes some of our children are not easy. But some teachers really shout. I stay near a school, and there was a time I was like, my God, this teacher is just too much. Shouting at a child that I don't think that child could even get up to write if that child was called. Then use positive language, praise, praise, praise these children. You've done so well today. You're on the right track. Please go ahead. You're doing well, you know. Um, then if a child has really made mistake, even the dyslexic children should actually be reprimanded. They should be corrected. But please call them aside and correct them in actually when you're two. This does not only apply to the dyslexic people, because even as a human being, if you're being corrected in public, you get self-defensive and become aggressive. Yes. Let's proceed to the next slide, sir. Yeah, so all those you read them. I don't want to go through them, so you go to others. Okay, so those are continuation. Maybe at free time, at free will, people look at it. Okay, please proceed. Please continue. Okay, so let's look at some of these facts in Uganda right now. Hmm? By the way, you've had government coming up with programs, maybe telling schools to put in counselors and all that. Many children are facing emotional stress, maybe caused by one issues or the other, the level of finances in a home, peace at home, peer pressure, so many issues. So this is actually real issues that we are struggling with. And for me, why I choose to focus on the dyslexic children more is because this group already are struggling. And when the environment is not safe for them, a number of times these children some of them can just go into a state that you don't want to know. They can run away from home. I had a scenario of someone who told me, back in one of the villages, that he beat the child for not performing well, and so the child ran away from home and started staying in the bush, and he didn't know what to do. What happened? And somehow, because of connections, I got his story and I say, look, how old is this boy? He tells me, oh, this boy is already 15. He's in P5. And then I say, tell me how he was doing. Tell me more about him. He tells me. Then I said, but sir, don't you think this boy could be dyslexic? But there is no problem with him. He's not disabled. He reasons well. He dresses well. He has no disability. I said, no, please. And eventually, actually, when we supported him, I connected him with someone who did test. It turns out the boy was dyslexic. So we really need you teachers to help us. Really, really, really help us. That is why I keep coming back to this platform to preach this gospel, because we know with you, when you help, like the parents, some parents are not even, they never had privilege to go to school, and so it is also difficult for them. So please move to the next slide. Yeah, so these are still facts, so I will not go into it. These ones you can maybe go through them over later. Kindly move to the next slide, sir. Yes. So as we listen here, I want us to remember a child who feels safe, emotionally safe, learns better. That child even remember more, and actually they believe in themselves. Because a child who is taught with love, taught with care, with all the good support, that child will actually open up. They even begin to tell, teacher, for me, actually, I have this problem. Teacher, for me, I will not remember. Like, for instance, one time I remember my son came to me when I sat. I literally have a whiteboard in my room, and I teach him on gaps that he's not catching up. So I told him, aha, now you first tell me what happens. He told mommy, but you know what? Sometimes I forget. I forget the things that even teacher tells me, um, and I feel like I should be drawing. And in my mind, I was like, okay, so this child now he's at a stage where he's opening up. I can imagine if I just got a stick and say, for you, teacher told me you're not learning, you're not doing this. I go to class and cane and what? That child will never open up, because he will be like, now me, if I even say this thing more, I think I'm going to be killed. So as teachers, please, 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 you need to help the parents understand their children, so that that punishment that some of them faces at home, it is done away with, and these children are supported, and we start seeing levels of children doing better. Because right now even we have things like vocational institute. These children, yes, they need to learn like writing what, but when they are supported and these parents allow them to stay in your hand, and they progress, they can later on branch into some of these line. Kindly move to the next slide, sir. Yes. So now this is how visually a teacher can help a dyslexic child in their class, give shorter instructions and visualize them. Um, you see, when things are put more in visual, we remember them. And when they are short, it is better. Everyone pays attention, it becomes interesting, even the focus improve, then confidence, and then we get success. Mm. So I think you as teachers need to resort more to visual teaching mechanism. They call it multisensory teaching techniques. This is very, very good for them. It helps them remember. When the instructions are shorter, okay, you see in this class, people are very happy, although one of them is still like closing the ears, but the class is more good. The class is more interacting. The class is more interesting. Please, the next slide. Okay, you see this. Use visual learning support. I know that we still have limitations, but this is possible. You can do these things on Manila for these ones who don't see. So they will remember more what you actually teach them, because what you see you will always remember, and what you see will always interest you. Actually, they say everyone start eating with their eyes, because when you see the food is attractive, you definitely want to eat that food. But when your eyes are telling you this food is not nice, by seeing it visually, you even lose morale. So this is some of the techniques that we can help them remember what we teach them. Please, the next slide, sir. Yeah, movement improves memory. In fact, I think I know that there are breaks in terms of classes, but I know that when I went to school in my days, and I know it's still the same. One of my children tells me, "Mommy, I even miss breakfast because the break time was very short and we were sitting. There was so much notes for the dyslexic children. They need break like almost every 30 to 20 minutes. They need to be able to walk. If you have a child whom you see is struggling in your class, don't allow them to sit for an hour concentrating. Their brain freezes. Just tell them, now you first go and walk and run and bring me something. Create something for them to go and do for you. And then they can come back to class. Because this really increases their attention, it is strengthen their memory, it boosts their engagement, and actually even improves their retention of what they take in. At one point, a teacher was telling me, before I knew what my son was struggling with, he says, when your son is in class, I notice that in between he loses attention and is off, and he starts playing with maybe pens and what. And I said, okay, what was it? But then after now, when I've understood, it's because long hours, an hour for them, it's like you put a mountain on their head. They get exhausted. They need a break in between. Maybe you can like have a standing class sometime. Let people stand up, okay? And you teach when people are standing if you have a smaller class, okay? Maybe every 30 minutes you could make them just get up and stretch and do something, okay? And do some kind of a game, because it's also fun to do that as teachers, okay? Please, let's move to the next slide. Yeah, you can you see this is all visuality, okay? Make teaching visual. Put these things up there instead of you writing notes. Just maybe come with manila papers with your drawing and stick them, and these guys will be glued. They will be super excited. Move to the next slide, sir. Yeah, so that is still the same. So emotional safety really improves, and it really improves learning, okay? Because if someone is emotionally feeling safe, they they get engaged, okay? Their stress level also reduces. They begin to participate in class other than withdraw. The next slide, sir. Yes, so together, let's build confidence. Let's build emotionally strong children, and then we will have successful learners. So that maybe like about 5 to 10 years from now, we really have like very little issues of school dropout. Okay, there is acceptance everywhere, even for these slow achievers, you know. So it's my appeal to you teachers, because you actually model the world. You are the doctors, you are the presidents, you are everything. It starts with you. It's not going to start from up there. It starts with you who are here. You may not be doing better like the doctors, but you actually made the doctor. So we are appealing to you for that support. Let's support these people. Let's be patient with them. Let's use visual and keep encouraging these children in our classes. Please, the next slide. The next slide, sir. Yes. So thank you so much. I think that's what I have for you tonight. We can share opinions and also ask questions where we want more light. Thank you so much. Over to you, sir.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Sorry, I also had issues again unmuting. In fact, this is so good. When you look at dyslexic as I can say an abnormality. No, no, not an abnormality. But you'll see that it's like what is some of us who are teaching from in village schools. This is the same. This is these are the same problem we are always facing. I'm now discovering that this is normally emotional stress, which Vicky is now trying to let me know. At first, sometimes we would give up, but I know this is not only, it's not only me. We have very many people who have been taking it this way. That these people, but the good thing you have given us how to handle it. Because when you look at, by the way, when you look at the way she has explained how we can handle these kids, it's exactly what the CBC is bringing up. We thank the government for the new curriculum. The way we are teaching the CBC is exactly what it is trying to address some of these issues. So we shall let, as you have said, if you have some questions, if you have an opinion, please, you are welcome. You raise up your hand, unmute and introduce yourself, then you will share with us. Thank you. If you have anything to add on, an experience to share, or if you have a question. Yes, Madam Auma, I'm seeing your hand up. Madam, I'm seeing your hand up.
Thank you, Ramadan, for allowing me. Yes, thank you very much for allowing me in. Thank you, Madam Victoria, for opening our eyes on the dyslexic children. I have a child in my class, and I am wondering if he is one of these learners you're talking about. This is a learner who is too fast to respond to questions. He starts to talk when another one is talking, and he wants to show others he knows very well. Sometimes when you give him to read, he starts reading slowly, raises up the voice, and this keeps attracting the friends. They keep laughing because you fail to understand what he wants. He will show you he has already understood very well, but when you now present him with an assessment to do, you find that he's not performing very well. And so sometimes he would present like he doesn't hear well. Could this be one of the children you're trying to talk about? Thank
I told you it is not only me. I'm seeing it is people. By the way, let's share, because when when we can have very many experiences, Madam can help us to guide. But you realize with me, I mean, you will agree with me that you have these very many cases. We have these cases. There are very many in there. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Is it okay I respond to it?
Yeah, yes, please.
Yes, Madam Betty, thank you so much that you brought this sharing. Yeah, I would actually, I think what I will do afterward is to, the next time I come back to present here, if given an opportunity, I will share on how you teachers can do a very quick assessment to identify that these children are dyslexic. They are very simple formula, although the scholars may not be happy with me because you pay quite an arm and a leg to get that test to be done by some of the people who do them within the country. But it's something very simple. Madam Betty, I don't want to conclude that he's dyslexic alone. That child could be having what we call ADHD. That child could be having a bit of autism, because some of them get very hyperactive. And he could be dyslexic as well. That cannot be ruled out, because sometimes also the dyslexic children, for some of them who have that very high hyperactivity, they tend to show everyone that they know, so that they avoid that embarrassment when actually they don't know. So there are possibilities that this child can actually be dyslexic. But how we can conclude is through doing simple tests, which I think when I'm offline I could share with you, and you could do that assessment, and you will be able to determine that actually this child has this problem. Is that okay?
No,
Yes.
Madam Victoria, it's not okay, because
Yes.
we are here with you wanting to know what is it that we can do, of what help can we be to these learners. I don't know if it is very private that you wouldn't share with us here, because the members who are here should be ambassadors to others to helping us. I have only given about one child. There could be some other person also, or another child in another stream or in another school presenting with the same thing. So if it wouldn't be, I wanted to call it an abomination. Yeah, you you try to help give us some tips, some clips on how we can identify these children. That would be so nice of you. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Okay, Madam Betty. So I get you, but what I was saying, could I do it later? Because it has a long list. It's not just one. But let me give you some of the tests you could do. You need to have a family interaction with the parents, because it starts from home. You need to ask a couple of questions. How long does this child sleep? When they sleep, do they wake up themselves? Um, how organized are they in their room where they sleep, or at home? You need to ask them to do a bit of grammar. You need to ask them to like write for you alphabetical letters. Most of the dyslexic children will start writing you reverse letters. They will see B as a D, a D as a B. So that one is already a flag, right? Tell them to write for you a small comprehension. They can't write. All the spelling will be wrong. Okay? You'll give them small things to read, maybe even for nursery, and they will not be able to read it. The list is so many, and that is why I'd ask that could I share with you later, because I even right now I don't have it at hand, but I have it somewhere. So those are the lists you look at, okay? And then you will now be able to conclude at the end of it all that this child is actually dyslexic. Then you can now advise the parent to take them for a proper test. I know one side is at Chambogo, so that this child actually, when he or she reaches P7, they are allowed to sit as a dyslexic child, and they are given what we call a transcriber. Is that fair now?
You're trying to help us because there is that obvious abnormal children, and then whose abnormality is easy to identify. But it seems this one of a dyslexic child is a little bit technical. I would get so interested in knowing this.
Okay, Madam Betty, I think the last time we did the presentation, you were actually traveling. So a dyslexic child does not have any physical sign of a disability. They are just so normal like me and you. The only challenge is in the way their brain is coordinated. That is why it is a bit, it's even difficult for a teacher to be told this child has a disability called dyslexia, learning disability. Most teachers don't accept, by the way. They're like, but how come I don't see anything wrong with them? And that is why they end up being punished, because many teachers think they are just being lazy or they are just acting. Yes. So they don't have a physical sign on their body. So I promise I'm going to share with you that bit so that you can do that test on that child and any other children in your class. Please, more questions?
Yeah, I think that is very good, Madam. It is really interacting. It is helping us. Someone has text and is saying absolutely true. Dyslexic learners are often incredibly creative, intelligent, and resilient. They simply learn differently. When teaching is when teaching is a patient, practical, visual, and emotionally supportive, these learners gain the confidence and shine in ways that traditional systems seem to or sometimes overlook. Every child deserves to feel capable, understood, and encouraged throughout their learning journey. Together, let's build confidence, emotionally strong, and successful learners. This is from a colleague called Ogwanga Isaac. Ogwanga, thank you very much. I think he has interacted with one of these dyslexic learners. Colleagues, if I don't know if there are other questions, Madam could be, can be answering them. Let me see if there is any other hand up. No. It's like everyone is now contented, or everyone is trying to is contented. I'm seeing another message here saying thank you for the session. I wish you could give us this slide for reference. Yes, let me remind you that this whole session is recorded, and it's going to be streaming on our it's available on our YouTube channel, and we normally share a notification that we have uploaded it. I think it's going to be there tomorrow. Tomorrow, expect to check our YouTube channel. It is still, you go to our YouTube channel, Upustu. Roger, you remind me the channel. I think, yeah, it is Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union. The YouTube channel.
Oopstu.org.
Roger?
Oopstu.org.
Yeah, it is. That's the website.
Yes. Yeah, they are all in the name of the apps too. When someone searches UPSTU, they can see the website.
Yes.
And also, so for the presentation, we at times also prepare and also attach it. Like in today's presentation, the presenter has been going through and has been telling us to go through other areas. So I'm going to prepare the PDF and also it will be available on the website. Yeah. Thank you.
So for those of you, you can always check our website. These presentations are there, our YouTube channels, our social media handles, on X, even on other platforms. Sometimes we even share in our WhatsApp groups. Please let's keep let's read this, because I've seen it is something that can help us. It is something that can that can help us at least get something out of these learners. Personally, I thought these learners have a serious problem, but after what Vicky has shared, I'm realizing that it is maybe the way we teach them. These people just need special care, and then they can still cope up, and then they have the same scores, have the same future like others. I don't know if there is any other remark. Otherwise, I would just request Madam Vicky to come and say round it up for us before I call it off. Madam Vicky, is there anything you think you can't leave out?
No, there is no, you can't cover everything in one night, but I want to encourage you teachers that it doesn't matter whether you're in village schools. When you have parents meeting, if you reach out to parents like us, it would make your work easier when we come and share the stories, what we are sharing with you now. It will actually also open the parents' eyes and make them be willing to support their children. There are families that some parents have even disowned, marriage has ended because of that one child that is not catching up in education. There are quite many. So whenever teachers have meeting, you who are here and you feel maybe we need someone to talk, we have children who are struggling and all that, because a number of time parents will either blame the school, especially for the ones who are paying exorbitantly in Kampala, or in the village, they just say for you, start going to the farm because you don't have the brain to study. I can't waste money on you. If it's a girl, they tell them get married. So why am I coming to you people? We want to connect with those parents in your different forums so that we open their eyes, so that they can be willing to support and allow these children stay in school, and tomorrow they become someone other than being married off at an early age, turning into drunkardness and all that. So that is for me. I'm willing anytime if a school says we have a meeting, do you think you can come? No matter whether it's up country, if it's within my schedule, I would maybe ask for a leave, because beside this, I do business and I also work somewhere. So that is it. And I want to say thank you so much to this leadership of this group for giving me the utmost opportunity to share here with you people. This is a very great opportunity. I really, really appreciate, and I look forward to working more with you people. And I still apologize for logging on late. Thank you.
Welcome. Apology accepted. But I think there was no issue, because everywhere we know the internet has been disturbing us everywhere. You realize that we have shared Madam's number. It is there when you see on the slide. It is there. It is 0758 70 75 24. I think there you can talk to Vicky directly. She has offered us off that if you have any issue, you have a child, you need any guidance to handle this. In our schools there, we call these slow learners, but we are realizing that beyond there is also that class that goes beyond the slow learners. So I think these people really need help. So thank you, Madam Vix. Thank you very much. We can still. I have to remind you that we have this session the recording of this session on our YouTube channel. You can see it on Upustu. You can also find it, the attachment on our website, www.upustu.org. And then you can still find it on the different platforms when it is being shared. The ProDev Hour is ever there every Thursday from 8 to 9. And we are seeing that it's just 2 minutes past 9. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for sacrificing your time to attend this. Have a lovely night. Bye.
Thank you.